Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, my Nate YouTube channel, my second YouTube channel. Sorry I haven't posted anything in a month. I was just fixing my streaming channel. I finally decided I was gonna do podcasts. And today I'm gonna be talking about the evolution of Xbox. If you don't know what Xbox is a video gaming brand created and owned by Microsoft. The brand consists of 5 game consoles, as well as applications, games, streaming service, Xbox Cloud Gaming, online services such as Xbox Network and Xbox Game Pass, and the development arm Xbox Game Studios. The brand was first introduced in the United States in November 2001 with the launch of the original Xbox. The original device was the first video game console offered by an American company after the Atari Jaguar stopped sales in 1996. It reached over 24 million units sold by May 2006. Microsoft's second console, the Xbox 360, was released in 2005 and it had sold 86 million units as of October 2021. The third console, the Xbox One, was released in November 2013 and has sold 51 million units. The fourth line of Xbox consoles, the Xbox Series X and Series S, were released on November 2020. The head of Xbox is Phil Spencer, who succeeded former Hard Mark Wren in late March 2014. Sorry guys, I'm recording outside, so if you hear any background noise, just ignore it. Because I decided to do it outside. It's nighttime right now, so you hear crickets and that stuff. Yeah. Now let's go ahead and get down to the history. When Sony Computer Entertainment first announced the PlayStation 2 in 1999, the company had positioned the console as a centerpiece for home entertainment, as it not only would play video games but also could play audios, CDs, and video DVDs. Microsoft, whose business had primarily in supporting the personal computer or PC business with its Windows operating system software and games, saw the PlayStation 2 as a threat to the personal computer. 4 engines for Microsoft DirectX team, Kevin Bitches, Sam Blackley, Ted Hayes, and DirectX team leader Otto Burks began to envision what a Microsoft console to compete against the PlayStation 2 would be like. They designed a system that would use many hardware components in common with PCs, effectively running a version of Windows and DirectX to power the games on the console. This approach would make it easy for developers on Windows to build games for their new system, differentiating itself from the custom hardware solutions of most consoles. Numerous names were suggested for the console, including DirectXbox and the Windows Entertainment Project. Microsoft's marketing team conducted consumer surveys of the name, using the name Xbox as a control, believing this would be at least desirable, but found that it had the highest preference from their tests and was selected as the name of the console. While the original Xbox had modest sales, Microsoft took a larger financial loss to support it. However, its performance was sufficient to conceive the company to continue to produce the line. Since its release, there have been 4 generations of Xbox, with the most recent being the Xbox Series X and Series S units. The Xbox has become a direct competitor to Sony's PlayStation brand, both offering a performance gaming system and roughly similar specifications. Future. Microsoft has been recently working to leverage the branding of Xbox beyond the console hardware, but as general video game brand reflected in the renaming of the Microsoft Studios, the Xbox Game Studios in 2019. Phil Spencer stated in June 2019 that for Microsoft, the business isn't how many consoles you sell, the business is how many consoles are playing. The games that they buy, how they play, which journalists have taken as a route to de-emphasize the console hardware and prioritize games, subscriptions, and services for players. Later in February 2020, Spencer said that moving forward, the company does not see traditional gaming companies like Nintendo and Sony as competitors, but instead those who offer cloud computing services such as Amazon and Google. Spencer identified the Microsoft Azure as a major component of their plans going forward, which is powered its xCloud game streaming service. Spencer also cited mobile gaming as a potential area and where Microsoft is trying to position itself with its services should this become the more preferred form of gaming. Spencer said, "I don't think it's hardware agnostics as much as it were want to play. It's describing how Microsoft was strategizing the Xbox brand for the future. Consoles. First generation Xbox. The original Xbox was released on November 15, 2001 in North America, February 2022, 2002 Japan, and March 14, 2002 in Australia and Europe. It was Microsoft's first foray into the gaming console market. As a part of the sixth generation of video game consoles, the Xbox competed with Sony's PlayStation 2, Sega's Dreamcast, which dropped American sales before the Xbox went on sale, and Nintendo's GameCube. The Xbox was built around a 733 MHz 32-bit Intel Pentium 3 CPU and a 233 MHz NVIDIA GeForce 3 based NV2A GPU with 64 MB of memory. The Xbox was the first console offered by an American company after the Atari Jaguar stopped sales in 1996. The name Xbox was derived from a contraction of DirectX Box, a reference to Microsoft's graphics API DirectX. The integrated Xbox Live service, launched November 2002, allowed players to play games online with a broadband connection. It first competed with the Dreamcast online service, but later primarily competed with the PlayStation 2's online service. Although the two competing services went free, while Xbox Live required a subscription, as well as broadband-only connection, which was not completely adopted yet. Xbox Live was a success due to having better servers, features such as Buddy List, and milestone titles such as Halo 2, released in November 2004, which became the best-selling Xbox video game and was by far the most popular online game for the original Xbox system. Second generation, Xbox 360. The Xbox 360 was released as a successor of the original Xbox in November 2005, competing with Sony's PlayStation 3 and Nintendo's Wii. As part of the 7th generation of video game consoles, it featured a custom triple-core 64-bit PowerPC-based processor designed by IBM, with 512 megabytes of RAM memory. As of June 2014, 84 million Xbox 360 consoles have been sold worldwide. The Xbox 360 was officially unveiled at MTV on May 12, 2005, with detailed launch and the game information divulged later that month on the Electronic Entertainment Expo, E3. The console sold out completely upon release in all regions except in Japan. Several retail configurations of the core Xbox 360 model were offered over its lifetime, varying the amount of RAM and internal storage offered. The Xbox 360 showed an expanding Xbox Live service, which now included a limited free tier called Silver. The ability to stream multimedia content from PCs, while later updates added the ability to purchase and stream music, television programs, and films through the Xbox Music and Xbox Video services, along the success of party content services through third-party media streaming applications. Microsoft also released a Kinect, a motion control system for the Xbox 360, which uses an advanced sensor system. Two major revisions of the Xbox 360 were released following the initial launch. The Xbox 360S, typically considered as slim, launched in 2010, featured the same core hardware but with a redesigned, slimmer form factor with a smaller size, 250GB hard drive. It also added integrated 802.11bgn Wi-Fi, Toslink CPDF optical audio output, 5 USB 2.0 ports compared to the 3 from older versions, and a special port designed for the Kinect peripheral. The Xbox 360S replaced the base Xbox 360 unit, which was discontinued and sold at the same price. A cheaper Xbox 360S unit removed the 250GB drive while adding a 4GB of the internal storage, which was released later in 2010. The unit allowed users to hook up an external storage solution to purchase a 250GB internal add-on. The second major revision of the Xbox 360 was the Xbox 360E, released in 2013. It featured a cast style similar in the upcoming Xbox One. It eliminated the USB port and the SPDIF-UPDPR component and S-video connections, but otherwise shared the same specifications as the Xbox 360S. Third generation Xbox One. The Xbox One was released on November 22nd, 2013 in North America as a successor to the Xbox 360. The Xbox One competes with Sony's PlayStation 4 and Nintendo's Wii U and Switch as part of the 8th generation of video game consoles. It features the AMD Acceleration Processing Unit, or APU, built in around the 64-bit processing unit, 686/64 instruction set, and can come with up to 12 gigabytes of memory. Announced on May 21st, 2013, the Xbox One has an emphasis on internet-based features, including the ability to record and stream gameplay, the ability to integrate with a set-top box to watch cable or satellite TV. Through the consoles was enhanced guide interface and Kinect-based voice control. Following this unveiling, the Xbox One proved controversial for its original digital rights management and privacy practices. While Microsoft touted the ability for users to access the library of games regardless of whether they were purchased physically or digitally on any Xbox One console with needing their discs, and the ability to share their entire library with 10 designated family members, all games would have to be tied to the user's Xbox Live account and the Xbox One console, and the console would be required to connect to the internet on a periodic basis, at least once every 24 hours, to synchronize the library, or else the console would be unable to play any games at all. After an overwhelming negative response from critics and consumers who also showed concerns that the system could prevent our high-risk resale of the used games, Microsoft announced that these restrictions would be dropped. Microsoft was also criticizing requiring an Xbox One to have its updated Kinect peripheral plugged into the function, which critics and privacy advocates believe could be used as a surveillance device. As a gesture towards showing a commitment to user privacy, Microsoft decided to allow the console to function without the Kinect. On June 13, 2016, Microsoft announced the Xbox One S at E3 2016, which featured a smaller form factor as well as support for 4K video, including streaming and Ultra HD Blu-ray and HDR. At E3 2017, Microsoft unveiled Xbox One X, a high-end model with improved hardware designed to facilitate the playing games at 4K resolution. Since November 2014, Microsoft has stated it will not release sales numbers for Xbox One line. Industries estimates project global sales of the Xbox One family to be about 51 million units. Xbox head Phil Spencer said that while they do internationally track sale figures, and they do not want their developers to be focused on these numbers as to affect their produce, and thus have opted not to report further sales of Xbox hardware going forward. Fourth generation, Xbox Series X and Series S. The fourth generation of Xbox models, simply named Xbox, include the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S that launched November 10, 2020. Both are considered members of the ninth generation of video game consoles, alongside the PlayStation 5, also released that month. Like the Xbox One, the console uses an AMD 64-bit x86 64 CPU and GPU with up to 16 gigabytes of memory. The Xbox Series X and Series S are high and low end versions, comparable to the Xbox One S and the Xbox One S models, respectively, with all games designed for this model family playable on both systems. The Xbox Series S is estimated to be 4 times as powerful as the Xbox One X, with supporting for 8K resolution and up to 120 frames per second, rendering with the normal target of 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. The Xbox Series S is digitally only unit with less graphics processing power, but can still render at a 1440p resolution at 60 frames per second, with support for 4K upscaling. Both consoles feature support for new graphics, rendering systems including real-time ray tracing and the new Xbox Velocity architecture that works with the internal SSD drive to maximize the rate of texture, streaming to the graphics, processing among other features besides games. For this new console family, both consoles fully compatible with all Xbox One games and most hardware, as well as all backward compatible games that were playable on the Xbox One, from the Xbox 360, and the original Xbox console. To help transition consumer, Microsoft introduced its Smart Delivery system, which most of its first-party games and several third-party games will use to offer free updates to Xbox One. Versions of games to the Xbox Series X and S version over the first few years of the console's launch. And there you go. that was the evolution of Xbox. If you guys like this podcast, let me know, and I'll post another one tomorrow. But this won't be premiering. This will be a video that will be premiering. So I'll see you guys next time, and bye.